Okay, we're back. We are back. So, Hi-Fi Rush, like, I just had a lot of thoughts that moved a mile a minute on this game. So, the main function for any rhythm game, no, let me start this. Hi-Fi Rush is trying to blend the hack and slash action game with the rhythm game, and it does that superb without any question. It is just marvel the amount of effort that got put into this game and making it work. My thing, however, and we're gonna focus on my thing with it because it's my game of the year list, is that Hi-Fi Rush, while it marries two of the most, intense genres, you have your hack and slash games where you're playing and you're mashing all these fucking buttons trying not to get hit. It's intense. And a rhythm game, which, I play rhythm games at kind of a higher difficulty, most of them. Playing a rhythm game at a high difficulty is also one of the most intense gaming experiences ever. Just play drums on Fortnite Festival for like any 4 or 5 difficulty song, and you will feel that intensity in your thumbs. For me, Hi-Fi Rush never gave me that intensity. It never gave me that fever, and because of that, like, it's blending to, in my opinion, the most intense games, which should make one of the most fucking adrenaline pumping games of all time, and it doesn't, and that just isn't what it wants to be. And there are other rhythm games that match that, like Thumper. Thumper's a great intense rhythm game that I think matches, where the most fun can be had with rhythm games, which is in the intensity, which simulates playing live music, the intensity of trying not to mess up that, not mess up a riff or a chord or a song. So, but just with lower stakes. But no, it lets you pretend that you feel that way. And Hi-Fi Rush never made me feel like I was playing an instrument. It made me feel like I was playing an action game where I had to time my buttons, when I'm playing OS at the highest level, I'm tapping my keys, I'm moving my mouse. I am, it's more instrumental than Hi-Fi Rush, but, I shouldn't knock the game for that. It's not what the game is going for, but I will, because it's not what I want in that game, but it's good. I also don't like, I don't hate the Saturday morning cartooniness, but it's not my thing. It's too American cartoony. I don't know. It wasn't half-baked. It wasn't amazing. But it felt like when you're young, and it was a really good like Xbox games with gold game. That is Hi-Fi Rush. It is for Xbox games with gold or Game Pass, one of the best experiences you can have. On its own, as a game though, it didn't really light a fire under me. So at number 28, Hi-Fi Rush. Damn. Because I've seen that game get a lot of praise, and it does get a lot of praise, but compared to what else I've played, I just, like all these other games, I went, neat. And then, kind of went on. But there's a lot to this game. If you want to dig in, you can dig in. And just appreciate it. It's a good game. You don't need me to tell you it's a good game, but let me tell you why I didn't like it. There we go. Cross that off. This is so much fun. Everything's good. It's just a real game of the year. People are home, and I keep thinking they're gonna come downstairs. I have 2 of these. Okay, number 27. Oh. Oh. I probably should have cut. Okay, I'm cutting this game next. Astro's Playroom. This is the free game you get for getting a PlayStation. It's like a tech demo to show off the console, and it's one of the best tech demos of all time. Short, sweet, 3D platformer, ton of love put into it. It's been talked about for a while because it's been out for a while, but it's like one of the, thanks Sony. A rare thanks Sony with this game. Oh, I should have cut that before. Oh my god, I cut that before the Xenoblade DLC. It was gonna happen. But yeah, cool 3D platformer if you like your 3D platformers. Not much to say other than dang, I let that get too far. So, alright, now we're cutting. I'm not letting that happen again. Okay, so next is for sure Daemon Ex Machina. You go to the Steam page of this store. Well, when I played it in July of the summer, about a month before Armored Core 6 was gonna come out. And if you were to go to the Steam page of that game during that time, you just see review of people saying like Armored Core 6 or waiting room, and that's exactly what I did with this game. I wanted to play a mech game. I got a fever waiting for Armored Core 6 to come out. I got really hyped about that game for some reason. Never played an Armored Core before, but just really wanted to play a mech game. And I had this for free from Epic, so it was a good free game. Really easy though, like you just make your mech and then you dog walk every stage. Even the bosses, and the final boss sucks and the characters suck and everything sucks, but I guess it looks pretty, and I was playing a mech game, so I felt alright. That's all I can say. Hopefully the sequel's better. Bring back mecha gaming. At Armored Core 6, Daemon Ex Machina 2. But, yeah, that went too far. What am I doing, man, with this list? Alright, 25. Let's go with... Oh, Brotato. Yeah. See, this is easy. Brotato, Vampire Survivors clone, but way more build variety, way better upgrades, and there's a time limit and stage limit, and you just don't keep going forever, which I appreciate. And this is my favorite game to play. This also gets a shout out because Brotato is my favorite game to play. When I'm doing online Dungeons and Dragons, I just have it in a separate window and I'm just killing stuff, getting upgrades. It's fun. Easily my favorite Vampire Survivors clone that I've played, and I've played a couple. This gets the Luke seal of approval, and it has personality and charm, just more than the other games. Those potatoes are cute. Okay, 24. Okay, 24, I'm cut WarioWare Gold. This will be the third best WarioWare game I've played this year, and I'm trying to spread out the WarioWare games because I know there's two that I think are way better than the others, but Gold, solid third place. This was kind of the WarioWare celebration game for the 3DS, because I think it had already come out when the Switch was out, so This game is just a celebration of handheld WarioWare. It takes place of tilt, stylus, button presses. It combines every aspect of the 3DS except for WarioWare Snapped. Doesn't make use of the camera. But it all combines them all into one big WarioWare, and it's great. And I keep saying this, but it's just a good time, man. Playing video games is a good time. And playing WarioWare is a great way to just fucking play a game, you know? Just a really video gamey game. That's what you get out of WarioWare. So WarioWare Gold, number 24, number 23. Number 23, I'm gonna go with Grapple Dog. This is a 2D platformer where you play as a dog with a grappling hook, and it's probably the second best 2D platformer I played this year. No, third best 2D platformer I played this year. It has a good movement, cute dog, cute NPCs, great level design, great progression, good collectibles. If you just want a 2D platformer, no questions asked, Grapple Dog, you know? It's a cozy game, you know? This whole idea of cozy games being farming sims, no. Doom Eternal is a cozy game, okay? Grapple Dog is also a cozy game, okay? These are games that keep you playing, you know, like with good button presses where you don't have to think. That's my soapbox. Thank you, Grapple Dog. 2023, the 23rd best game Luke Oziak has played this year. So 22, number 22 on this list is going to what do we want out of games? You know, why do we play them? Those are the thoughts that come up when I look at this list. Because right now, I am between Spider-Man Miles Morales, Monster Hunter World, and Ridge Racer Type 4A for the 22nd best game I played this year. And I should have said this a while ago. No games are bad. This whole thing's, well, no, games are bad, but not a lot of games on this list are bad. You can't go wrong playing any of these. But it just sucks to rank them, because I really like Monster Hunter World. But also a lot of these other games did a lot more for me. So at number 22, I'm gonna put Monster Hunter World. I enjoyed it, I liked it, but I played other Monster Hunters and they offer something else. Monster Hunter World, I think, is it's just like the best Monster Hunter to start with, though. You play it, everything's cool, but when, you know, you really get into it, you know, I just want different things from the games. I want cooler weapons, cooler armor. I also played it on my laptop, and my laptop kind of pooped the bed this year, so I'm sure if I played it on a different device, it would be better. But I also played this game with friends, and that was really fun. But why am I cutting this? You know what, I'll have Monster Hunter World at 21. Okay, so 21 will be MH World. And then for 22, I'll put Ridge Racer Type 4A. Um, Ridge Racer Type 4 is a cool little game. I mean, I played it, and what I loved about it was I fell in love with the music and presentation. What I liked the most about it was how it did races in the arcade mode. So it would be like, you'd have to get first. You would have to get first, or else you can't progress. And it always starts you at the back in every race, right? Mario Kart games, if you get first, you go to the front. But in Ridge Racer, you start in the back. So the whole race is you slowly picking out, devouring the racer in front of you one by one until it's if you barely realize it, it's lap 3, and you only have to get second and then the guy in front. And you probably won't get to the guy in front until the very end. So that was where the fun for Ridge Racer for me came in. If you've ever seen the Gran Turismo movie this year, it makes you feel like you're in the Gran Turismo movie, probably more than any Gran Turismo game, because those races are intense, and it's good racing. I've been playing PS1 games a bit this year, on and off. The PS1 was a crazy console, I'm learning. They were cooking with gas with the PS1, and this game's just proof. So 22, Ridge Racer Type 4A, 21, Monster Hunter World. Now we get into the top 20. So, dang, Monster Hunter World didn't make it into the top 20. I'm okay with that. Oh, no, Monster Hunter World is going to be at number 20. Okay. Number 21 is going to be Spider-Man Miles Morales. This was the first game I played when I got my PlayStation 5 console. I mean, that's awesome. What I like the most about these like new Spider-Man games, even though I hate superheroes, is that the characters are likable enough, you know? For superheroes, like, I don't care about what's going on, I don't care who is what, I don't care about any other character in a superhero movie other than, I shouldn't care about any other character in a superhero movie other than the main character, you know? And so, with the superhero games, like, I'm still not into them, but it's a great Spider-Man simulator. That's all it is. You actually feel like Spider-Man. You're helping your neighborhood. It's fucking hilarious how they write black people in New York City in these games, these Spider-Man games, and you know what? More power to them. More power to them. Gameplay-wise, this game didn't do anything for me, except the swinging in the open world was fun. Also, there are some open world, this game made me fall in love with, like, the basic-ass open world again. Like, markers on a map, let me have a fun way to go between them, and I will do it. No questions asked, I will shut the fuck up. You know, I thought I hated open world games, but I regret, I like them. They're good enough. And you know what? Even the bad ones are probably good for people. Spider-Man was good. That's a 7 out of 10. No, that's a 7. Light 8. Strong 7. So you have 20, 22. I just gotta wrap my head around this. Okay. 22, Ridge Racer Type 4A. 21, Spider-Man. 20, Monster Hunter World. Okay. I'm gonna just run through the first half of this list. So starting at 40, New Super Mario Bros. 2, then Cult of the Lamb, Suika Game, NGU Idol, Witch Bolt, Liberation Maiden, WarioWare Snapped, Mom Hid My Game, Monster Hunter Now, Xenoblade 3, Future Redeemed, WarioWare Touched, Gravity Rush, Hi-Fi Rush, Astro's Playroom, Daemon X Machina, Brotato, WarioWare Gold, Grapple Dog, Ridge Racer, Type 4A at 22, 21 Spider-Man, 20 Monster Hunter World. The the final 20. For my list, I have it called Thunder Valley. Because I have all the games on this side of the page, and then they enter Thunder Valley and get cut off one by one. Bum 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 bum. 19. Oh man. Okay, well, I have a lot to pick off. Alright. I know I just cut Monster Hunter World, and I know I just cut Spider-Man Miles Morales before that, but watch this. The number 19 game of the year is Spider-Man 2. The hype died for this game, which is weird. Spider-Man 2 felt like doing coke. Like, when you're in it, you're really in it, and it's the best thing ever. And then once you're done, you're like, oh my god. Not only was that not as good as it felt like in the moment, it was probably bad. You know? It was probably bad. And Spider-Man 2 sucks because when you're playing, I don't feel like the game gives you enough breathing room within the game. This is a good thing. The game does not give you enough breathing room until you finish it to realize it was bad, and that parts of it were bad. And I feel like that's a good thing for this game because the act of playing it is fun, but the act of realizing what you played is probably where this like discourse is coming from this game. Just like everyone wants to talk about Spider-Man 2, oh, it's not that good. And everyone wants to talk about Insomniac, but let's be honest, they're stuck making Marvel games for the next 10 years, and you know, I'm not here for it, so I'll be there for the Venom game, but I'm not gonna be there for the fucking Wolverine game. They won't even make him gay. He's gay in the comics. But the thing that sucked the most about Spider-Man 2, even now, like, is the replay value. If I want to go back and swing around, I can only swing around during the day, and the only time I want to swing around is when it's like 1 a.m. at night and I can't sleep. And so I don't want to swing around during the day. But yeah, it was a good time. You know, it was a fun hookup, Spider-Man 2, but it's no game of the year. Especially this year, no game of the year. And so at 18, there's some on these lists I just look at and I'm like, okay, I don't have to cut that for a while. But now I keep looking and I'm like, oh no, I actually have to start cutting. Oh, me when I'm 11 listening to Evanescence for the first time. Now I actually have to start cutting. Yeah. It's rough. Hey, I want to know it'd be even funnier if it went. If it went Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Spider-Man 2, Monster Hunter Rise at the number 18 spot. I liked Rise more than World because it was quicker to kill monsters, the loot was better, and just a more arcadey loop. You know, Monster Hunter World, I mean, the hunts don't take a while, but it's not getting in and out of there in 7 minutes. You know, it's not, and you don't have the Palmoots, the wire bugs. You know, I kind of like how they turned Monster Hunter, they gave it more of a third person action character game elements to it with the wire bug and the special wire bug moves and the different wire bug moves. And I think that just really opened the combat up more to me from what I want in a game. And you know, with Monster Hunter Rise more than World, I got closer to that, you know, that feeling that makes people really like Monster Hunter. I don't have it yet, but it's there, and I know what it can do because I actually grinded in this game. This game actually made me grind. So you know, it was good. I like Monster Hunter Rise more than World. It's just like a personal thing. So, but I don't like it enough. I don't like it enough. You don't like it enough to put it in the top 15. Right, I don't. Hopefully, Monster Hunter Wilds 2025 Game of the Year. Come on, get hyped. Come on, we don't have to act like Monster Hunter Rise is the best thing ever. God, 2025, man. Could be like another 9/11 in that time, man. Think about it. Let's see. 17. Like, I know what could be in the top 10, but I know what couldn't be, and that's where the quietness is coming from. I have a lot of space to work with here on how I want this to look, because let's be honest, no one can really know who you are until they look at your Game of the Year list. I got like 3 right here. Yeah. Yeah, I got like 3 right here I could go. Number 17, Rhythm Heaven Megamix. For a lot of things on the 3DS, I'm noticing this trend of games having like their culmination moment on the 3DS and like just like combining their whole series. This has been the last Rhythm Heaven game, and it feels like it's the last Rhythm Heaven game because, fun fact, this game has 2 fake out credit sequences where they play the credits and they stop it and they give you a completely new screen of like mini games to play. And I've liked Rhythm Heaven for a long time, but I never had this game, you know, because it was download only on the 3DS, and by the time it came out, I was kind of doing on to bigger and better things. But I played it this year. It's awesome. Like, I'll say that about every game on here, but it's fucking awesome, and I am glad the devs love Rhythm Heaven as much as I do, which is made obvious by this game. So it's 17, Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. 16, I'm gonna do Risk of Rain Returns. I played the OG Risk of Rain a while ago when I was like baby. I was like probably like 15, 14, and yeah, man, the thing with the OG Risk of Rain is that you play it and you feel like, wow, we could have been making games like this for so long. The loop the devs have created with Risk of Rain is just amazing. It's just amazing game design, and what I liked about this remake was returning to it after basically playing 2 till the fucking gears fell off, is that Risk of Rain 2 feels like the whole time we're trying to break the movement. We're trying to be like or no, it's like the same thing, but I feel like in this one, um, like you're actually just a survivor. Because in Risk of Rain 2, I've played it so much. I know how everything works. I know how strong I am at certain times, and I can basically take on any challenge. I don't get a lot of like, oh fuck moments, and I don't get a lot of wow moments either because I've played it for so much. But just coming back to this game, even though I played the original, like pixel art is gorgeous. The soundtrack's banging, and they just add more. And you know what? Good for Gearbox for putting this out and funding. I don't know if they funded this, but since Gearbox bought Risk of Rain, it's just a good sign of what's to come. And the game was good. The game was good. Top 15. Risk of Rain returns. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh man. At number 15, I am going to put Parappa the Rappa 2. This is my first Parappa the Rappa game. I love rhythm games. I fuck with the hip hop, soundtrack vibes, everything. I mean, if you know what Parappa the Rappa is, like, you will like it. It's hard to see anyone not liking it, but what stood out to me the most, I was getting flags through this throughout playing the game, was the whole time during this game, Parappa's like, I just want to be a good guy for my girlfriend. I just want to be a man. And each stage is different characters singing a song about Parappa, about how he can be, how he should be a man. It's different views of society. It's different ways. No, give me a moment. What am I trying to say? Each song expresses a way in which society tells men how to be men and what makes them manly. You know, he goes to the military, he works in a kitchen, he goes to like an office environment, and I'm playing this and I'm like, oh my god, this game is Fight Club. You know, it's about masculinity. It's Parappa's journey to just being a better man, and you know, what's the conclusion he comes to after being exposed to all these views and all these ideas? He doesn't adopt any of them. All he says is, I gotta believe. And you know, that hit. So 15, Parappa the Rappa 2. Number 14, I'm gonna give it to WarioWare Move It. The second best WarioWare game I've played. Okay, here's the magic behind WarioWare Move It. This is the new WarioWare game on the Switch where you use the Joy-Cons and you have to make like different poses with the Joy-Cons. And the best thing about this is that when I played this game with other people, it was incredible how intuitively the game is for people to play, even if they don't play video games. And you're striking all these goofy poses in real life, and it just adds to the humor and adds to the beauty. And, it really shows that Nintendo is just on a next level when they understand how um, games, how interaction in games goes between people. How people interact when they're in a game space and what they do and where the fun comes from that. And there's no one doing that like Nintendo, and WarioWare Move It just proves it because, oh my god, literally, get the most skeptical people that, like, I could get my parents to play WarioWare and they'd probably have a good time. So, WarioWare Move It, number 14. Number 13. Like, it's time. Yeah. It is time. The 13th game of the year is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's a lot to be said about the Final Fantasy Remake. Just watch someone else talk about it, watch the Action Button review video about it. What I liked the most about this game is it just gave me a lot to think about. It is so much all at once, all at the same time. And, if you wanna, it's just so much. There's so much you could think about contextually, metatextually, just within like the conversation of gaming's how far we come since making games. Like, Final Fantasy Remake is just one of the games of all time, more so than any other game on this list, and it's one of the most interesting gaming experiences I had this year at number 12. Honestly, nope, I'm not gonna give it that. It cannot get my most interesting game award. I don't think I'm qualified to say which one of these games is the most interesting. Okay, so for number 12, The Quarry, easy. Quarry, supermassive games, choose your own dialogue options, but with friends, this game's incredible. Of course, spending time with your friends, in no matter what condition, is the one thing you treasure most about your time on this earth. Like, the most. But the fact that I could do that and play this hilarious game and have fun is awesome. And we beat it, and it was just a good time. It was just a good time. That is the theme of this game of the year. Why are we playing games we hate? Why play League or Rocket League or Valorant or any of these bullshit games when you can just play games you like? And games that like you, games that just don't see you as a, just like a content machine, Ironically, at number 11, let me cross these out. The number 11 game of the year is going to be Fortnite. The coveted number 11 spot, right before the top 10, but I'm sure Fortnite is not worried about that. So Fortnite in 2023, they had that Night City season at the start. That Night City season had like Geralt and Doomslayer, I think. I didn't play it. I didn't play Fortnite until I think like the middle of the summer with the Wild season, which was rough. That was a rough season. but they're the Jujutsu Kaisen collab, and like the Dragon Ball collab the last year, that really got me into it, except this time it didn't stop. Fortnite became a part of my daily routine, and, you know, I'm gonna play it after this, you know, but it's Game of the Year. On Game of the Year, I don't play any video games until after I make this video. But yeah, but then they had the heist season mid, but then Fortnite OG was awesome. Like, it was just cool, man. Like, Epic popped off with that, and then now you have the new modes: Rocket Racing, Lego Fortnite, and Fortnite Festival. Only thing I'm just gonna talk briefly about all of them here. Lego Fortnite, it's good for the kids. The kids will love Lego Fortnite. They'll love building stuff. They'll love exploring, but I don't have the time for Lego Fortnite. I'm not about that life. Rocket Racing is good as like a XP kind of game. Like, they have Rocket Racing daily quests, and so I usually play that to get a little bit of XP. I don't mind it, but it's not stellar, and also there's not enough tracks. But the real meat and potatoes, and I think the fucking most genius thing they did was Fortnite Festival. Fortnite Festival is basically Guitar Hero with a controller, except they can add almost probably any song they want because they're Epic Games. And, you know, the kids are gonna play Fortnite Festival, and I think it's good that a lot of these kids are gonna get exposed to old music through Fortnite Festival. You know, they're gonna play the songs, and then they're gonna be like, oh, that's cool. It's gonna be like, it's like the Guitar Hero cycle, like how Guitar Hero, you know, you find artists through Guitar Hero. I'm glad there is a rhythm game in the zeitgeist that will open up the whole world, this whole wide world of music to these children playing Fortnite. So, for those reasons, that is why I'm giving Fortnite my number 11 spot for the Goty this year. Top 10. Okay. I'm going to read out the games I have left. The games left here for 2023 Game of the Year Thunder Valley are Armored Core 6, Baldur's Gate 3, Fire Emblem Engage, God of War 2018, Pizza Tower, Roller Drome, Sonic Frontiers, Super Mario Wonder, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and WarioWare Mega Micro Games. I don't think I know where to cut. I feel like I know where to cut. And I feel like I know what to cut first. It's God of War 2018. Okay. I have seen what this game has done to the games industry and people in the background. People love talking about this game, especially men. I thought this was just a Sony fanboy game for the longest time, and that it would not live up to the hype, but oh my god, what an incredibly moving, thrilling game. It was absolutely electric. The biggest thing this game did for me was I was playing and I was just climbing around with Atreus, and my friend has a copy of Ragnarok, so he said once I beat the OG, he'll give me his copy of Ragnarok. So, you know, I was playing this game kind of just to get to Ragnarok, but because I knew that, you know, I'm climbing around and Atreus hops on my back. And I think there's gonna be a day when my boy is too old to climb on my back anymore. And I've never thought about that with literally anything in my life, as I am not a parent. If that is a fraction of what my dad or mom feels, that is a horrifying feeling. And you know what? I don't think that feeling could have been expressed to me in any way other than a game. I don't think I could have read a book and been like, wow, I really don't want my kid to grow up. But no, because I am the player and I am Kratos, I'm experiencing emotions through him. Somehow that gives me enough empathy to feel the emotions of fatherhood, which, astounding. Like, that's a new feeling I got from a game. Games don't try to deliver you that kind of feeling. They kind of just want you to just feel good. But to execute on delivering complex emotions, not many games can do that. That's why I like God of War 2018. But I also love uncomplex emotions, which is why I'm gonna put WarioWare Mega Micro Games, the final WarioWare game, at the number 9 spot. So this is like the first WarioWare game, and it was on the GBA, and I hate to say that they nailed it from the start, but there is a charm and personality to this game that I don't think is ever replicated in the other WarioWare games, and I don't know what it is, but something in that tiny little GBA just worked its magic, and it's awesome. WarioWare's kind of like mobile games before mobile games. It's short cycle dopamine hits, but you never know what's gonna happen next once you hit the button. So when I play it, it's like literally like I'm playing a game on my phone, and TikTok is being scrolled while the Subway Surfers is happening. I'm playing the game, right? I'm clicking the button to react to the prompt, but I don't know what it's going to show me after, or how it's going to resolve. Thus, that is the new content I get from that like 10-second micro game. So I don't know. That was cool. It was cool. And WarioWare's cool. I hope that made sense. .3. Okay. Well, next is obviously Mario Wonder. The Mario game that looked super good, it turned out to be super good. It's not a small surprise, but it's not a big surprise. I mean, Nintendo hasn't made a new Super Mario Bros. Game since the Wii U. I feel like it was obvious that if they were ever gonna do 2D Mario again, they'd have to spice it up, and even in the way 2D platformers have changed since, was it New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii U? Yeah, since that time we've had, Celeste, what are some other good 2D platformers? I'm blanking. Yeah, we had like Celeste, we had Sonic Mania. We had Celeste, we had Sonic Mania. And we have some more. We have some more 2D platformers there. But yeah, I feel like Nintendo kind of knew that they needed to pop off for the next 2D Mario, and they did. And it's wonderful. And I beat the final boss of this game, playing it with a friend, and I will always treasure that memory. So thank you, Mario Wonder, the number 8th game of the year. The second best 2D platformer I played this year. 7. Oh, bro, 7. Sonic Frontiers, easily. Okay. If we're doing the Sonic versus Mario argument, I'm always gonna pick Sonic. I think he's so fucking weird and cool, and who just doesn't like Sonic? But the thing with Sonic Frontiers is that, unlike Mario Wonder, I'm looking at this game, because I played this game January, No, I played this game while I was working on. I was still doing Game of the Year, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till next year because I couldn't beat it before I needed to make the Game of the Year 2022 video. So, yeah, I played it in December to January of 2023, right before I went back to school, and oh boy, it was so good. I don't know how they did it, like, because it's a Sonic game, but here's the master stroke. It has the tone of Death Stranding. Like, everything is somber. The piano, like, it just creates, and you know what? That creates a great dualism between, you know, the somber open world where you're running around, you have soft piano chords, you're just collecting stuff, and the more intense traditional 3D Sonic levels that have booming electronic dance music as the soundtrack. And I think what it does best is that it gives you that Sonic jank. If you're a Sonic fan, you know what I'm talking about. There's the kind of Sonic jank that's been there ever since the first Sonic the Hedgehog. It's that slipperiness in the controls when he jumps. You know, there's a lot of instability to Sonic, and they finally were able to channel that into something coherent. We finally have a good 3D Sonic game, and I am so grateful for that. And I think it just is more than it's more than a parts. It's more than the sum of its parts. Once it's all put together, man. I mean, all games are more than the sum of their parts, but Sonic Frontiers, I think, takes a lot of things that on their own you could kind of nitpick at, and just brings them together in just a well wrapped enough package to where you're like, wow. It's like if you're from the East Coast and you go to like In-N-Out or Whataburger. It's still fast food, but you're just like, holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, so number 7, Sonic Frontiers. I don't like. Oh, 6 games. Oh my god, it was gonna be so long. I didn't even think I talked for this long. So number 6 is going to be Roller Drome. This game is basically if you took like Tony Hawk and mixed it with a shooter, and I don't know how they did it. It is one of the most smooth shooters I ever played, and I love a good arcade shooter. You know, not like a first-person shooter, but like you go in, you kill the enemies. It's like your Risk of Rains, your I don't know, Pac-Man. Pac-Man's an arcade, but it's like that arcadiness to it, and I think Roller Drome never forgets its arcadiness, but also has a really slick style and presentation. Before every match, you start in the back of the pit, and there's this like roll up where you skate down a hill and pull up to a ramp, and then once you hit it, or like as you're going, I remember the intro, man. Once you're riding, it just like hits you with the credits, like boom, boom, Roller Drome, and then you go in and you just have 2 pistols and you're just blasting, just like everything. And then even on the higher difficulties, which I played more of, it's just so rewarding and fresh and smooth, and I loved it. A real gem, a true gem. Now we got 5. Dang, I was rooting for Roller Drome. I'm glad it got this far, but it got way farther than I thought. Damn. Okay, the 5 games left are Armored Core 6, Baldur's Gate 3, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pizza Tower. All games that came out this year, so it's a true Game of the Year list, okay? We have fun, but you know, I know when to keep it serious. You know, these are These are my top 5 games that came out this year that I played. So that'd be fucking hilarious. Nah. Alright, I have the order in my head. At number 5, Tears of the Kingdom. I liked playing this game, but playing it, I just could not keep wrestling with the fact that so much was reused. There are so many times where I'm playing this game and I'm just going between love, hate, love, hate, love, hate. I love the new mechanics. I love that Nintendo is pushing new mechanics and new gameplay techniques over new content. But there's no content. It's the same stuff. And it's the same stuff over and over and over. They feed you shrines, you want more? Here's the underground. Fuck the underground, man. The underground sucked dick in this game. Okay? And like, I thought the Sky Islands were cool as like mobility challenges. But the underground was just nothing. Like loot, like kinda armor. I don't know. Like, I'm not a Tears of the Kingdom hater, but I will not fight for it in the top 5 like I would fight for these other games. Like, if somebody else wanted to cut Tears of the Kingdom at number 5, I'd agree with them. But, you know, it's a good game. It's insane. You know what? I'm glad that a Zelda game came out this year, and I can say, yeah, it was my 5th favorite game that came out this year. That's a good year. That is a good year. So for number 4, we're gonna do Pizza Tower. Let's see. Let's just start by saying I listen to real music, okay? Like, I don't know. For the past like 5 years, all I've listened to is like the Persona 5 soundtrack, the Undertale soundtrack, the Friday Night Funkin' soundtrack, like the Deltarune soundtrack, man. And I'm glad Pizza Tower was able to be one of the GOATs. It became one of the GOATs. When people say, I only listen to real music, they're gonna say, oh, so you listen to the Persona 5 Royale soundtrack, Undertale OST, Friday Night Funkin' OST, and the Pizza Tower OST, right? And I will say, yeah. So much personality in this game, just jammed packed into everything. I love short games. I love a shorter game. This is all killer, no filler, unlike Tears of the Kingdom, which is mostly filler, but you know, you're having a killer time doing the filler, so it's not a big deal. But no, Pizza Tower's all killer, no filler, and you will be on the edge of your seat the whole time. And I just love seeing a good indie game, you know? I'm old enough now where there's no more indie games left for me to get excited about unless they come out, you know? I'm not gonna find a hidden gem. I know all of them. I've tried most of them, and they should stay hidden. But, you know, every year there's gonna be hopefully one indie game to make it to the top 5, and I'm glad Pizza Tower is the one for this year. At number 3, okay, again, the last 3 I have right now are FE Engage, Baldur's Gate 3, Armored Core 6. I know the order, it hurts me to do this, but actually, I'm glad to do this, because Fire Emblem Engage deserves some love. It's my number 3 game of the year. Came out the start, which made me think it got overshadowed. But, man, I love my Fire Emblem, and if you love Fire Emblem, this is the most Fire Emblem game ever. Um, the strategy's on the next level in this game, and the build customization is, and there's so much freedom, and all the stupid stuff is toned down a bit. I wish there were little less life sim-y elements. I'm also tired of Fire Emblem doing this thing where it's like there's the battles and then there's the life sim. I know that we can work a way where they don't have to take they don't have to be separate like game systems, the battles and the life sim. There's like, I know we can combine them better, and it is sad to see, less innovation in that part, especially in the storytelling, and uh, but this game has awesome character design, awesome gameplay. You know, it's just Fire Emblem, and plus, uh, another game that felt like a culmination of the entire series. I know because they have like the emblems in it, but that makes me think that the next Fire Emblem game that comes out will be a remake. That's my prediction for gaming. The next Fire Emblem game that comes out will be the remake. The one after that will be something completely new and different that we've never seen before. That's just the vibes I'm getting. But yeah, FE Engage, number 3. Number 2, Baldur's Gate 3. But what's number 1? You don't want me to... What am I going to say about Baldur's Gate 3? You want to hear me talk about number 1, the game of the year, the champion of Thunder Valley, Armored Core 6. I'm licking my lips saying that. Oh my god. This has been on my mind for a while. What's going to be my Goty? And then, while I love Baldur's Gate, I love it. I truly love it. Armored Core 6 is my thing, okay? It is high octane music. It is action packed. If you look at the list of games I like a lot of games that are action packed with good music. And man, is Armored Core 6 a lot of that. The thing I like the most about it is just it's even weirder to say this over Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate is a fantasy game and lets you engage in the fantasy of Dungeons and Dragons, but there are so many other outlets to engage in fantasy instead of, like playable fantasy, you know what I mean? Like RPGs, you know, Dungeons, Dragons, all that shit. Video games love fantasy. I haven't really been exposed to like mech fantasies, and Armored Core 6 strongest thing it has for me is I can live out my fantasies of Mecha Pilot in such like a visceral, intense, gripping way. I am building my mech, I am customizing it, and the customizer in this game is incredible. You can add so much stuff, but the real meat and potatoes is just I am in that mech pilot when it says combat start, and I'm sitting up there with my controller. I feel like I am suiting into a mech. It just completely blew me away out of the blue. I didn't even know what Armored Core was till I saw the trailer for this game, and then just for FromSoft to deliver so heavily on just, you are the mecha pilot, like, let loose. It's just awesome. And that concludes Goty. Concludes 2023 Goty. Here, here's the final list. If anyone wants to pause and read it and look at it. But yeah, the bonus round. Bet you didn't expect that. Because this is the second game awards that I'm doing, we have to figure out the greatest game of all time. And I'm going to figure out the greatest game of all time starting now. This will be a lifelong pursuit, but hopefully these videos help in doing it. I am going to pit last year's Goty winner with this year's Goty winner to determine, starting at 2022, what is the best game of all time. So if I go back, no, I know by heart. I know I gave Xenoblade 3 my Goty last year. So is Xenoblade 3 better than Armored Core 6? Yes. Xenoblade Chronicle 3 remains the best game of all time, starting at 2022. And yeah, that's now the end of my Goty. You know, I was worried about recording this beforehand. I was like nervous. I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't have anything to say about these games. And I really didn't, but you know, it's good to have thoughts, even if they're passing thoughts about the games you play critically. And I think Goty is a way that, you know, gets me to think more about the games I play. And, you know, for that I'm grateful. Yeah, here's to 2024.